Hey guys, it's Steph from Creating Time for Life. So, have you ever found a color palette that you love or an image that you love and you want to use it in your digital planner, or you want to create stickers or layouts based on those colors? Well, today I'm going to show you a couple of ways that you can generate color palettes. One of these ways is using Procreate, and the other is using an app that I love that's basic version is free to use, and it's honestly enough inspiration for me. And my hope is that by the end of this video, you'll have two new ways to generate fun color palettes for your digital planner spreads or other creative endeavors. Now, I apologize for the hair. It's a curly mess today. It snowed. Yes, it is November 15th, and we got like 2 inches of snow in the Chicago suburbs, and it kind of blows, not gonna lie. So the hair's all sorts of messy. I apologize. So let's talk. I don't know about you guys, but I usually fit into two different camps when it comes to planning and creating with colors. Either I'm super inspired by something and I find an awesome image and I'm like, this is great, this is beautiful, oh, I want to use all of these colors. Or I am absolutely clueless about where to begin, which is also okay. So let's say that you are inspired. Awesome, more power to you. Let's check out an easy way to get the hex codes, which are the codes that you use for your digital planning. Those are the codes that you can use to match different things. You can use those hex codes in Canva if you're creating things in there. You can use those hex codes in Procreate. You can use those hex codes in GoodNotes or whatever digital planner you're using, if you have the ability to make custom pens and custom highlighters and things like that. So let's find out an easy way using Procreate to get those hex codes and develop a color palette from that thing, that image that inspired you. So let's check that out first.
All right, so I'm going to open my Procreate app, and in the top right-hand corner, you're going to see a little circle. That's where all your palettes are, and you can see them in a couple different ways. You can see them as a disc, this classic view where there's one palette featured. This kind of shows the different kind of complementary colors. You can change that part there. This one shows the value. This is the one that I use the most because when you look right here, that is your hex code. So that is where you can see the numbers that you would have to put into an app like Procreate or an app like GoodNotes to make your own color and match the color that you want it to be. And then over here is a listing of all the palettes. You can see I have, like, you guys, this is ridiculous. I have so many palettes. And these come from a whole bunch of different things, different classes that I've taken, different images that I've done. They come from a lot of different things. I actually need to come in here and clean some of these up. So let's talk about this first way that you can grab some of these colors, okay? So the first way is, let's talk about that image, right? So let's say that you have an image. Now I'm going to do it two different ways. So I'm going to do it as if I already have an image, and these are some digital papers that I purchased. And let's say that I really like the color scheme of these papers. What I'm going to do is I'm going to open up my palettes, and I'm going to open it up to that palette view. So I'm going to pick an image, and I'm just going to drag it over. And it auto-populates a color palette based on that image. So if I look at this image, you can see all of these different colors that Procreate has made from this specific image, which is super awesome. Now, next idea. Let's say that you are cruising the web, and let's say, you know what, I'm feeling super, super inspired by, I already looked them up, by sunflowers. I am feeling very, very inspired by sunflowers. So really all I did was go into Google and search sunflowers. And then guess what, you guys? Let's say maybe I like this one. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to press it and hold it, and I'm going to drag it over. You guys look. How amazing is that? Let's say I want a little bit more of a realistic one that has some deeper colors. I'm going to take that. You guys, it's amazing. And then what I can do with that is I'm going to create a new palette, and let's say, and I can move these around if it'll let me move them around. And let's say that I really liked some of the colors from this first sunflower one, but I really liked the deeper greens of the second sunflower one. That's cool. What I can do is I can take the colors that I like, and I'm going to select one, and then I'm going to place it on that new palette. And I'm just going to click and click. Oh yes, I like that. And I like these yellows. But I also like some of these brighter yellows. So I'm going to grab those from that palette too. Okay, these are super easy to do. So if you're inspired by an image, that is definitely one way that you can grab some awesome colors and color palettes by looking up different images and having Procreate kind of take out those images. Now, to get the hex code for this, what you're gonna do is, you can see that this palette is the one that is selected right now. I'm gonna just select this other one right here instead. So I'm gonna, oops, I clicked on it weird. All right, so I just clicked on it somewhere, and I'm gonna go to the value. Now, if I select a color, like I select this one, you can see that my hex code changes. And what I can do for an app like GoodNotes is I can double click that, and I can click copy. And then I can go over to my GoodNotes app, and I can click on my pen and click on the color, and I'm gonna hit custom. I'm gonna double click in there, and oops, this one doesn't want me to do it nicely. It's probably because I have my pen funky, but I'm gonna hit that paste button for it. And then it just added in that color, and I can add it to my presets. And then you guys, it's that color, and that's what I wanted. So that is a super cool way to get colors.
Oh my gosh, how fun is that? That is something I do very often. You can tell from like all the palettes that you saw, it was insane. And it's super, super helpful to find colors that I enjoy from that way of doing things. Sometimes though, we don't have that inspiration image, which is hard, but it's also okay. That's where this next one comes in. So the app that I saw, I got from someone over on Instagram, but it was so long ago that I can't give credit to that person. So whoever you are, thank you for showing me this app, because I do use it a lot. I think it's so much fun. And there's probably a bunch of things, even in the pro version, that would be amazing, but I only use the free version, and it's just fine for me. So the app is called Coolors, and you can get it in iOS, and you can also get it on the Google Play Store, which is super cool. Now, again, I do not pay for the app, so I use the free version. But yeah, it's got a lot of fun features. So let's check that out.
All right, so my other way is for when you don't have any inspiration. You're about to get some inspiration. So I am going to click on this Coolors app. And if I am in my like account, my library, that will show the palettes that I've saved, right? If I'm in this explore section, this is so much fun. You can look, and this is a great way to do things for digital stickers and stuff, because it will show you some popular palettes. So you can see how many times people have saved different palettes. So if you're looking for a palette that might be good to make digital graphics out of or things like that, you can look at how many people have saved those palettes, because those must be some pretty popular palettes. So what I can do is I can click on one, and I can view it that way. Or if I'm not in that Explore tab, it doesn't want me to get out of here. If I'm not in my Explore tab, go away. Right down here. If I'm not at my Explore tab, I can just hit generate, And look what it does. It just gives me a random palette. That's amazing. That's awesome. I love it. I can click on a palette to see all the different things, right? And you'll notice that it's got that hex code to it, which is super cool. So I can look at it a couple different ways. Then I can save it. I'm going to save it, that one as blues. Saving. And then it will pop up in my, library. So now it pops up in my library. Now let's say that you find a cool palette that you really like, but maybe there's a couple of colors that you don't like in it. So I'm going to grab this guy here. That's awesome. And I want to open in the generator. So I'm opening this palette. Let's say I'm like, you know what? I really like this, but I don't like a couple of colors. So I'm going to click on the color. Let's say I'm going to remove this guy. Awesome. I want a couple more greens or bluish greens. I'm going to add a color. I'm going to say I'm going to add 2 colors that complement this one. You see how it just populates one? How awesome is that? I'm going to add 2 colors that, actually just one, that complement that one. So it will just give you kind of that range. Now, this is the best part about it. I'm going to click on my 3 dots and I'm going to export the palette. What I want to do is I want to export it to Procreate. So I'm going to click export it to Procreate. I'm going to hit Procreate and it imported it. So now if I go into my palettes, it's actually all the way at the bottom. I know for me that's annoying, but look, there it is. It's all popped in there and fantastic. So Coolors is the app. This is the icon for it. And again, this is just a really cool way to come up with some colors.
All right, so I'm hoping that this video gave you a couple of new tricks or at least introduced a new app to you to play with when it comes to colors for your digital planning and finding color inspiration for other designs. And as always, thanks for watching, and drop a comment below to let me know if there's something else you want to learn about. This video kind of came out of some comments and things that I was getting about how I did my digital planners. If you haven't checked out any of my Plan With Me videos, go check them out because those are so much fun. If you're somebody who likes watching those. It really came out of people that were just like, hey, I saw that you did this. Can you explain how you do that? And I love helping other people. I'm a teacher, so that comes naturally to me, wanting to teach others and wanting to help others. So I hope that this video taught you something new, or at least helped you in some way, maybe gave you a good laugh for the day. But yeah, I hope to see you on the channel again. Hit that subscribe button. Come see me on Instagram. Go check out the website. I've got some digital planning and productivity goodies over there. And I will see you sometime soon. Go do something extraordinary today, and I will catch you next time. Bye.